Okay, here is the basic problem that I'm having at the minute with the mesh. I'll give an example of it to show it first. I'll go and pick up the two weapons. Yep, that one's picked up yet. Keep tripping at it. Right, here's my two weapons. There's going to be about 5 or 6 in the actual game once finished, but first we'll start with the two-handed sword and equip it. And as you can see, it sits in my hand. I plan to actually have them in time, hold that with 2 hands type of thing, as it's a big, going to be a big two-handed sword. But the size of it is about more or less accurate for what it needs. However, when I unequip that one, which for some reason I need to press both equip and then unequip the sword properly, but I'll work that out in time later. But if I click on this sword and equip it, and you will see it's significantly larger than it is supposed to be. This size is actually meant to be is the same size as this little model mesh you see down here in the down here. This little sword you see down here is the actual size it's supposed to be, but it is as big as my character model itself, which just isn't accurate. And as you can see from that, how I got to that would have been something over here. It's basically my character mesh. That there is my combo system. I may try adding different combos for the separate weapons later on if I can just get these collisions and stuff sorted. I think that's basically all that needs to be seen there. And the inventory was basically how it was signed in the tutorials I followed. That's for the armor. Set the armor, the mesh, master pose. For the weapon, I've kept it with a static mesh at the minute, although I was also trying it with skeletal meshes, and I was having the same issue with the mesh sizes. As you see, just set the weapon, player character, cast character, static mesh, then return. The inventory system. Basically just like the tutorials I followed on your inventory system. Took a while, a couple of tweaks to get it right, but got it working. And then we come to the equipment. That was for the gear, both the weapons and armor. When the equip button pressed, as you see, when the armor is active, it equips the armor. Weapon active, it equips the weapon, and the set weapon, which on my character's mesh is this one down here on his hand. And at the minute it's the only one I have, because if I try and add a second one, it will just continue to equip this one. I cannot seem to get it to work with equipping both of them. Because I've tried, branching off these into different ones and putting this separate, another function for the other weapons, but it doesn't seem to work right because I'm not sure of the booleans I need to use. That's basically the ins and outs of it there. That's for equipping, and that's the unequipping. And that was the damage system for my sword. The damage I'm able to do, it's just the issue with collisions I'm having when I switch the models as well. Because unfortunately with this inventory system we can't bring in the collision capsules when we equip the swords. It's based on just the mesh and not the actual blueprints of them. But that's the issue I'm having at the minute. Hopefully it can be sorted.